Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Upstate Al as we get ready to bring you all the action of the Big Ten Super Series from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Roger Muth still stuck in traffic, and I think he's been suffered enough as he had to sit through the double at the Pocono Raceway this weekend. So Al Smith up here in the booth all alone here tonight, so we'll bring you all of tonight's high-banked action from the last Coliseum. Couple notes to take a look at here coming into tonight's racing action for the RS Button Box 150. 2 weeks ago, the series was in action down at the Rockingham Raceway, where it was Ryan Kuhn picking up the win over Mark Keatman, Thomas Bennett, Caden Tufts, and Garrett Zacharias running out your top five. Tonight, just a little bit of a half-mile high-banked concrete surface coming at you. 78 degrees, 56% humidity, partly cloudy. And the speeds will be in there tough. Right now, we are in our Ryco E-Performance products pole qualifying right now, and only a couple drivers have taken that as we get ready to go with tonight's racing action. Taking a look at the points right now, Ryan Kuhn sits at the top of the board, 109 points over Caden Tufts and Thomas Bennett rounding out your top three. Mark Keatman jumped up one spot over Garrett Zacharias, leaving Rockingham, as that is a tight battle for fourth and fifth. Jeremy Little, Mario Ercolani, Matt Zaccardo, Grant Thomas, and Brad Carpenter rounding out your top 10 in the standings coming into tonight's racing action. And as always, we are proud to bring you all tonight's racing action here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. But I would go without remiss here to say that this is the throwback. Here we have a couple drivers with throwback schemes this week coming into the Bristol Motor Speedway, and gonna have some new names and new faces out there on the racetrack with our regulars that we've seen week in and week out here on a Sunday night. If you are interested in racing with the Big Ten Super Series, you can contact them right on the Facebook page. They have the remaining races for this season at a prorated rate, so you can join in and get in on the action here on a Sunday night with this super late model series here, the Big Ten Super Series, which is brought to you by RS Button Boxes. That's tonight's proud sponsor of the RS Button Boxes 150, as they will get ready to go with a 150 lap race here coming at you in just a few minutes time. But if you're in the market for a new button box, you're running out of buttons on those steering wheels, or just want something that's a little bit more convenience, well, RS Button Boxes is your one-stop shop. They are the best in the business, and tell them that this Big Ten Super Series sent you. Karma Salon and Day Spa. That's where we sent Roger a few weeks ago, and he came out spiffed up. Karma Salon and Day Spa. Make sure you stop down, see them, and tell them thank you for sponsoring the Big Ten Super Series. Johnson Chassis Incorporated. If you are in the market for a chassis, contact Johnson Chassis Works, proud sponsor of the Hard Charger or the Clean Driver Award every race this season. And we can't go without remiss the RycoEPerformance.com. They are with you from pit road to victory lane. Ryco E-Performance has you covered. We come back here, qualifying still going on here tonight with the RS Button Boxes 150 underway here. So we'll take and see who is going to sit on the top row. Your current points there. Caden Tufts just goes to the top of the board. Right now, Ryan Kuhn out onto the racetrack. As he works down the back stretch here, up in the turn. He'll be getting the green flag. This time off the corner. We'll see where the 72 will slot in as he works the high side through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch with the Bernards. Liquor number 72, Ryan Kuhn Motorsports. We'll see where our high points man is going to cross the line. Lap number 1. Into the books, 9th quick for Ryan Kuhn. 9th quick at a 15.30. 15.30 for Kuhn. Now Rick in the bottom of the racetrack off the corner. Gets a little bit sideways. Has to back out of it. Does he go quicker? Kuhn will not go quicker. It ran identical lap times. Now up onto the racetrack will be car number 12. This is Jared Jackson. Jared Jackson up on the pedal. About car number 12 out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Out there, he gets a little bit sideways. He'll jump on the binders, head back in there. Brad Carpenter out on the racetrack. See how he will fare as he works out there. The Bob's Pet and Pond, entry number 31. Remember, this is Ryco E-Performance pole qualifying. Pole sitter will get a super late model set up for the following week's official races, courtesy of Ryco E-Performance. Carpenter ninth quick so far, working lap number 2, working the middle of the racetrack. Got the tires up, the temperature comes off the corner, and Carpenter, does he go quicker? He does, a 15.150. 15.150 for Brad Carpenter. A couple drivers out there. Thomas Bennett just going to the top of the board here in qualifying. See here, switch over to a 1485 is what they're setting for. Carter Russo on the outside of the front row. Ryan Joyer spinning here. Grant Thomas had a brand new setup that he is driving on here tonight. He slides that Mopar up the racetrack here. This will be lap number 1, and that'll do it for qualifying as it has finished here. So that will set our field 17 cars strong here tonight for the RS Button Box 150. It's how your starting lineup will look here tonight on the front row with a pole time of 14.851. The driver from Canada, Caden Tufts. Caden Tufts will roll off on the inside of row number 1. Starting on the outside of him will be car number 21 out of the Mark Keatman stables. It is Carter Russo. Colin Murphy in car number 9 will roll off in spot number 3. To his outside will be Mark Keatman in a special throwback paint scheme to his father's car. It'll be number 52. Right there, you see it popping up with the barbecue pit stop. Car number 52 in honor of his father that ran in the Real World's Big Ten Super Series. So Mark Keatman's going to be number 52. It'll be 54 on your standings. Starting on the inside of row number 3 will be car number 33. It is Thomas Bennett outside of him in the Triple L Motorsports RS Button Box. Car number 55. This is Jeremy Little. Little going to start 6th. 7th starting spot out of Maine. It'll be car number 41. It is Mario Ercolani. And outside of him, car number 12 on the Edge Racing entry of Jared Jackson. Starting on the inside of row number 5 will be car number 24. This is Josh Cole. Outside of him will be car 31. It is Brad Carpenter. Starting in row number 6 out of New York in car number 80. It'll be car number 60, excuse me. This is Matt Zaccardo. Zaccardo will start 11th, 12th starting spot. Goes to your high point man so far this season in the Big Ten Super Series. It is Ryan Kuhn. Hayden Cobb will roll off in spot number 13. And car number 112 outside of him will be car number 15. This is Ryan Joyner. Ken Zeems in car number 90 will roll off 15th. 16th starting spot. Well, that is Chris Vail. He is the man up in mission control here. He is the eye in the sky for the Big Ten Super Series. And shotgun on the field will be car number 4 of Grant Thomas. That is your 16-car field for 150 laps here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. We hope you are strapped in, ready to see a great race here. If you're tuning in on the YouTube side, it's your first time, please hit that little subscribe button. We are chasing the 2,000 subscriptions. Hit the subscribe button, get notification for every time the Big Ten Super Series goes live. We have racing from the high banks here at Bristol to the high banks at Daytona to the dirt tracks down at Volusia to the world famous Red Bull circuit for road racing. We have it all here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We are your one-stop shop for everything sim racing as they get ready to go racing here tonight. Got a couple onboard cameras here tonight. We'll go on board with Mark Keatman looking off the top with the Karma Salon and Day Spa onboard camera. And we'll look out the back as well. They got the roof line covered for you. In car is presented by Johnson Chassis Incorporated. As we look at the drivers working out there in the Rayco E-Performance driver cam. But just like that, green flag is up and we are underway. Down in the turn one they go. It'll be just two battle on the outside. Russo working the outside in that car number 21. He'll grab the race lead. He'll get sideways though. Have to check up. And Russo, big trouble off the corner. Big pile up on the front stretch. Ryan Kuhn gonna make an evasive action. He might have gotten the inside wall. And your outside poles that are just got loose. And around he will go. Car number 21, Carter Russo. And we are slowed for the first time here off turn number 4. Take a look back and you see Russo working the outside of that race. They just broke loose on him and got the outside wall. And that clipped Jeremy Carpenter. Jackson also involved. Let's go on board with Ryan Kuhn looking out the front. Watch his evasive action. You can see the smoke in the action. The car comes right down. He did clip that inside wall. Gonna wonder if that is gonna hurt the balance on that number 72. As we come back here, Russo in pit road fixing the damage. Also Jeremy Little coming down pit road. Ryan Kuhn, Brad Carpenter, Matt Zaccardo all getting the piece of the action. And they are working down pit road at a very, very slow 43 miles an hour here. And they got to work the bottom of the racetrack. Get down here in the pit road. Get their car looked at. Jeremy Little's car coming to a stop. Crew going to take a look at the front of that one. You see heavy front end damage on that number 55. So the crew will have to bounce that one out. Kuhn and Carpenter on their way. Zaccardo also working down there, but Jeremy Little going to be on pit road for a little bit more extensive of damage repair. Meanwhile, the pace car is just working off turn number 4. Thomas Bennett coming down pit road as well. So far, your race leader, that number 88, Caden Thompson, that is a sharp-looking automobile on that number 88. See, he rolls by the camera here. Running second, that number 52, Mark Keatman. Keatman doing a good job in that throwback paint scheme. This was thrown back to his dad's real-life Super Late model that was raced in the Big Ten Super Series. See a little bit of right rear damage on that 52. You're going to wonder if that is going to hurt him here in a little bit in the long run. We'll find out. He'll be restarting on the outside of the front row. The number 9 there, automobile, that is the number 9 of Colin Murphy. He'll restart in the 3rd spot. Looks like we're going to go single file, not getting a single lap completed. A little contact deeper in the field there, but everybody gets it pointed back in the right direction. So the hands are in the driver's hands are in Caden Tubbs. He'll lead them to the green flag. The pace car will peel off the racing surface. Barney, the flagman, will step on the gas pedal, and we are back underway. Two by two back there a little bit deeper in the field. That is the 112 of Hayden Cobb. He's working the inside though. Grant Thomas getting a little racy there. The 15 of Joyner. Joyner in that 15 automobile trying to make a move forward. Here comes the 72 of Ryan Kuhn already back inside the top 10. Caden Tuss up on the front of this one by 0.4 of a second. That is about 3 car lengths up at the front over to Mark Keatman. You see the battle of them in the turn straight. Keatman really working the outside of this racetrack, and that's what makes Bristol so great. There are going to be multiple grooves here. They're going to see them working the outside, the inside. This track very, very wide here as we are already working lap number 10 here at the last Great Coliseum. Top 4 cars single file, and we got to get back here to watch this side-by-side battle. Mario Urcolani runs in the 5th spot, but it is Hayden Cobb working past that. Looks like just got by Josh Cole in car number 24. Cole works the outside of the racetrack. Here comes the Fora Thomas. Thomas starting to make his way towards the front. Side-by-side Brad Carpenter under fire now from the number 33 of Bennett. Bennett working the bottom of the racetrack. Grant Thomas in the outside wall. Thomas keeps it pointing in the right direction so far. Now get loose, gets into the side of Joyner and up across the racetrack. In trouble for the number 4, Grant Thomas. Yellow flag number 2 coming out here as Thomas has gone around. He had collected the number 24 of Josh Cole. And Ryan Joyner. So Joyner going through the spin cycle as well. Let's take a look back here and take a look at this replay. See him climb the outside of the fence there into the corner. Just gets in there, cuts her right rear tire down. And around he goes, and Joyner will go for a spin down the inside. He'll hit the inside wall, but his Ford Mustang. Let's go on board in the car with Joyner. That is how fast things happen here. As everybody going to come down pit road, Jared Jackson at number 12 coming down pit road, followed by Josh Cole. We saw him involved. You see that right front damage on his number 24. So he'll come down pit road here, the number 24 of Josh Cole. See Joyner right there behind him looking out the left side of that race car. So everybody's going to get to their pit box, get some damage fixed. Hard charge of the race so far, up 8 spots is this man, the number 112 of Hayden Cobb. Cobb there is up 8 spots since he started this feature event. The RS Button Box 150 here on the Turn 3 Racing Networks for the Big Ten Super Series. I want to thank you all for tuning on in here tonight. Your current race leader is the number 88 of Caden Tuss. Your current points leader runs in that 6th spot. Thomas Bennett making a great, nice ground back up after pitting earlier on in this feature, back on lap number 3. He was down on pit road. So he has made his way back towards the front. McCann Tuss doing what he needs to do, sitting up on the front of this one. He has led it since the green flag has dropped. As we work currently lap number 17, now make it working lap 18. Double file restart coming up, and Tuss is going to take the outside. We'll see how this one will pay off for him as they work through the corner here. Working through 3 and 4. Green flag will be back up. Caden Tubbs on the outside. He'll step on the accelerator. We are back underway. He'll clear the 52 with Keatman, Murphy, and Ercolani. Your top 4 is single file. Double file back there. Ryan Kuhn working the outside. He'll crack the top 5 for the first time as he looks to go now to the low side underneath the 41er Ercolani. 2 by 2 behind him. Now it'll be Cobb down to the inside. Can he make a move? He can do so as now Cobb has cracked the top 5. Ercolani getting up to speed on the outside, trying to fend off the 33 of Bennett. 2 by 2 in the turns, 1 and 2 they come. It'll be the 33 of Bennett working the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the number 90 of Ken Zeems. Seems the unsponsored number 90 working underneath Ercolani. Ercolani back to the 9th spot now as he still works there. Brad Carpenter a little bit out of shape. He gets it collected off of turn number. Looking down from the Colossus in the middle of the racetrack, you can see the 12 of Jackson. He's the next one to try to put a move on the 41 of Ercolani. Meanwhile, up front, Mark Keatman is putting the pressure to Tufts as they work down the front stretch. Tufts doing a good job there as they work underneath the corner. Down here into the turns 3 and 4. Keatman working the outside. The battle for your 3rd spot starting to shape up. Ryan Kuhn trying to work the bottom of the racetrack. The only car down there really hooking the bottom, trying to make a move on Colin Murphy. Down to the inside, it will go Kuhn. Murphy to the outside. Murphy right in the momentum. He'll hold the 72 of Kuhn at bay for the time being. Kuhn dips it to the outside. Now down low. Draws up even through the center of the corner, but the momentum on the outside will keep it Murphy, but Kuhn down to the inside. Ryan Kuhn trying to work the bottom of the racetrack underneath the budget number 9 of Murphy. Murphy working the outside of the racetrack. Kuhn down low, the shorter way around. He'll take that 3rd spot by a bumper cap over the 9 of Murphy. Murphy battling back on the outside. Kuhn gets a little bit out of shape a little bit in the turn 3, but will clear him. Put Ryan Kuhn to 3rd. Ryan Kuhn undefeated this season as this is race number 7. Caden Tufts still is your race leader. He's held off the advancements of the number 52 of Keatman so far in this event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, grab your volume. Let's crank it up. Watch this battle for 4th on back here. Murphy has it. Devin Okoff has trying to find it, and Bennett back there in the 6th spot. They single file it out for the time being as your top 3 draw away from this battle. A little bit deeper in the field, you got Brad Carpenter running in that 10th spot. Ercolani, Matt Zaccardo right there as well. Behind them, you got the 55 of Jeremy Little leading the train of Cole and Thomas. Thomas is down 2 laps to your race leader. after being involved in that last wreck. Up front, Ryan Kuhn starting to close in. It's a battle as we go in car with Ryan Kuhn. See the 52 of Keatman takes and goes to the inside, taking a line away from Kuhn. Kuhn very smooth on the bottom of the racetrack. Now we'll go to the outside, see if anything is doing. Can't that time gets to run down the back front stretch. That'll make Keatman have to go to the outside. So he tries to protect that bottom line, but it'll be Keatman holding off Ryan Kuhn for the time being. 110 laps to go. Ryan Kuhn up to third, trying to make it to second as they battle out. Caden Tuff's not even looking in the rearview mirror. He is trying to stretch his legs, run and hide here at the front of this one. They're side by side once again down the front stretch, but it'll be Keatman on the outside holding par so far as now Kuhn tries to make it work down on the inside of the racetrack. Good battles all the way around the racetrack. We just saw the 12 of Cobb trying to make it work on the bottom of the racetrack. That opens the outside line for the 33 of Bennett. Bennett rolls the outside of the racetrack a little bit sideways. He's able to save it. Has to check up for the number 9 of Murphy. Everybody minding their P's and Q's. Good, hard racing so far here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Cobb gets a little bit sideways. He'll have to reel out of the gas. That allows the 12 of Jackson to take that 6th position. Back towards the front, it'll be Kuhn starting to put the pressure once again to the number 52 of Keatman as we go on board with Keatman. The driver out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, holds on to that 2nd position so far. As you see the 72 of Kuhn really working the bottom of the racetrack with his Toyota Camry. Tuff's doing a good job on the outside of the racetrack. Here comes Kuhn, though, challenging once again for spot number 2. Great battle. A lot of discipline by both of these drivers out there. Minding their P's and Q's, able to get the throttle down, knowing how hard it is to run the bottom of the racetrack. Kuhn has to be very easy on when his pickup points are. He could easily snap the back of that car loose or push up and get into the left side of the 52 of Keatman. Those two battling, great job single filing it back out. But back here, Jared Jackson making his way towards the front. He has moved to 5th now. Now he'll try to find a way around the number 9 of Murphy. This is the battle for the 4th position. Five cars right at the blanket in that train right there. A little bit deeper back though, and it is Brad Carpenter trying to chase down Joyner as Carpenter's your last car in the top 10. Matt Zaccardo and that number 60 runs there in spot number 11. The Falone trucking car number 60 of Zaccardo trying to close in on the backside of the number 31. Can't quite do it that time. He's got Ercolani running 12th. 13th spot is Jeremy Little and Josh Cole. We got trouble as yellow flag has come out. The 112 of Kavanaugh. Hayden Devenaugh Cobb has pointed in the wrong direction as the field will move by them. They were racing hard inside the top 10. Let's see what has brought out our 3rd caution here at the 1/3 mark of this feature event. See him working the outside of the 12 of Jackson. Gets off the corner. Oh, contact, and they kind of warp together. That sends the 112 hard into the outside wall. Everybody else able to scoot on by. Let's watch that one more time from the RS Button Box blimp cam. They come off the corner. Oh, it looks like maybe a little bit of that nasty net code, but they definitely made contact. And that is going to hurt the run of your race leader, or one of your top contender cars here tonight. As we come back live, second place in the standing, or in your running order, going to come down pit road. Mark Keatman coming down pit road. Here underneath this yellow flag, Mario Urcolani, Jeremy Little, and Hayden Cobb also coming down pit road to get service on their vehicles. Let's see what Keatman's going to do as he'll hit his box here. Crew will go around the race car to work at that damage. And they are pounding out that right rear. So Keatman going to get put back into the Hornet's nest. But Caden Tuff's doing a great job. He has led all 56 laps so far here tonight. He's going to have a new challenger on the inside or outside, depending on what lane he chooses. Here on this restart. Ryan Kuhn up 10 spots. He is tied for the hard charger with the number 9 of Ken Zeems, who's cracked the top 5. Tuff's very good racer here this season with the Big Ten Super Series. Has not finished outside the top 10 all season long. Season best was a second place, happening back on May 23rd at the Richmond International Raceway. Since then, he's got a third place at New Smyrna, a fourth place at Lucas Oil. That's going the wrong way, Al. Yeah, I hear you. Since May 23rd, he's finished 9th at the Martinsville Speedway, and last time we saw these in action 2 weeks ago, finished 4th at the Rockingham Oval. Tuff's choosing the outside on this restart. Pace car about to peel off of the concrete surface in the safe haven of pit road. Green flag is back up, and it is Caden Tuff's ready to go. Caught Ryan Kuhn a little bit sleeping there. Here comes Bennett to Kuhn's outside. Thomas Bennett trying to make a move on Ryan Kuhn. Couldn't quite do it. That time off turn number 2. Kuhn trying to close right back in on your race leaders. Top 5, 6 cars. Single filing out as we got to go back here to Mario Urcolani. Actually, all cars single filing it out. We'll keep an eye on Keatman's progress here as he had some damage fixed on that 52. He sits in that 9th position. Challenge for your race lead, though. Ryan Kuhn working the outside of the racetrack. Now cuts it down low, trying to get the momentum of the race car off that turn number 2 banking. Couldn't quite make anything work that time off turn 4, so it'll be Tuff still leading it as Keatman now moves into 7th. Hayden Cobb rolling off pit road. Right there you see the race leaders flying by him on the outside. Cobb down 2 laps to the arrears. As this battle for your race lead is a hot one. We go on board with your current race leader, Caden Tuff out of Halifax, Nova Scotia. For those that watch the National Lacrosse League, Halifax home of what used to be my old team, the Rochester Nighthawks. Right now, the only one that's hunting like a hawk is the 72 of Kuhn, who is trying to figure out a way to get around the 88. As we got big trouble back on the front stretch. Grant Thomas sits pointed in the wrong direction as the yellow flag will come out, and yellow, yellow, yellow here once again for the number 4, Grant Thomas. Tough break for the driver of that number 4, Grant Thomas. Had high hopes coming in here. Just got his brand new rig all set up. Let's see what happened to the Mopar, number 4. Came off the corner. Oh, just got a little bit high and up in the outside wall. And around she will go. And he sits pointed, nosed in there to the inside wall. So a tough break for the number 4. Because we are slowed here for time. As we have a moment, we would like to thank the RS Button Boxes for sponsoring the Big Ten Super Series here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. If you are in the need for a new button box or just want to replace maybe that old one with some new technology, we'll do so with the RS Button Boxes. Tell them that the Big Ten Super Series has sent you. As your race leader, Caden Tufts, coming down pit road, giving up the race lead. So Tufts coming down, had led it since the green flag has stopped as we are closing in on the halfway point. Ryan Kuhn also staying out on the racetrack. Bennett as well. Everybody was playing a little bit of games with each other. So Tufts now going to come down and sit on pit road. Let's see what the crew does to that number 88. Looks like fuel only. I don't know. I did not get notes passed along. I do not believe these drivers do. Might or may not have tires in the pits here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. But Tufts coming down pit road and staying there for a matter of 24 seconds. So putting some fuel in that number 88. He will restart back in the 12th position. As we close in on the halfway point of the RS Button Box 150. You're interested in racing with the Big Ten Super Series? Send a message to the page. They can get you all set up here with a prorated rate. After tonight, we have 3 races remaining. We'll be at the Old North State 125 North Wilkesboro Speedway. Then we got the Karma Salon and Day Spa at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway on July 18th. And the series wraps up July 25th for the Shady Designs 150 at the Five Flags Speedway, and that will round out the season. We are off next Sunday for the 4th of July, so we wish you and yours a happy early 4th of July. Make sure you keep your fingers on, folks. All right, up at the front of this one, Ryan Kuhn choosing the inside of the racetrack here for this restart. Thomas Bennett will restart on the outside. Ryan Joyner restarting 3rd. 4th will be Murphy. Green flag is up and we are underway. Kuhn jumps out the race lead. Joyner going to take that number 2 spot away from Bennett. Bennett will slot into the 3rd position. Keatman all the way back up to 4th. Mark Keatman carving up through this field. In that number 52, right there in the 4th position. Keatman hung in the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody doing a great job. 1 car up the racetrack. That was Joyner. Slight contact. Joyner's going to get turned sideways into turn number 1. Everybody jumping on the brakes. We got a parking lot back here, though. Zaccardo's involved. And somehow we saved green. Everybody getting pointed back in the right direction as they were all but straight in turns 1 and 2. And the flagman must have been sleeping, as now Joyner regains the number 2 position, but some 1.5 seconds behind Ryan Kuhn. Joyner runs in that number 2 spot as we got trouble down here in the corner. And it looks like the number 112 of Kavanaugh has spun out, and now the yellow flag will fly as Hayden Cobb has brought out the yellow flag here, the 5th one of the evening, just past the halfway point. Let's take a look and see what happened to Hayden. Hayden got on the outside wall there a couple times and just got loose and hard into the outside retaining wall. Down in turn number 1, up and over, sticks the landing. We come back live. Everybody stays pacing out onto the racetrack. And while we got a moment, we're going to step away. You're watching the RS Button Box Big Ten Super Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're still under yellow flag number 5 here from the last great Coliseum, but we are bringing you the Big Ten Super Series right here tonight. Roger just checking in, still stuck in traffic. He said that one looked like it hurt for that Hayden Cobb and the Cobb down on pit road. Looked like he might have taken that car behind pit road, so definitely hurt. We want to thank the RS Button Boxes for sponsoring the Big Ten Super Series, along with Karma Salon and Day Spa, Johnson Chassis Incorporated, and ReicoEPerformance.com. Field, get ready to come back to life here as we get ready to go. Green flag racing once again. It'll be Ryan Kuhn choosing the outside on this restart. It's interesting, he chose the inside on the last one. Joyner on the inside, he'll start to lead over there. Now Kuhn will step on the gas pedal. A little bit of cat and mouse on that restart. Kuhn going to jump out to that lead. Here comes Keatman. He'll take the 3rd spot away underneath the number 12 of Jackson. Everybody doing a great job working off the corner. It will be Kuhn still showing the way as he took the race lead when the number 80 Tufts, you see him right there, Caden Tufts, all the way back into the 5th spot. Tufts had led the first 72 laps before coming down pit road. Gets a little bit sideways that time off turn number 4. He keeps it pointed in the right direction. Gotta wonder if these yellow flag laps are going to help the guys that have not pitted yet. Kuhn pitted back on lap number 3. He might be able to go a little bit deeper. Oh, Mario Ercolani and Thomas Bennett make contact and hard contact. The third, Josh Cole involved in car number 24. He got put in the outside wall. And Ercolani and Bennett made contact, and we are underneath the yellow flag once again. Let's take a look at this last replay here. See Ercolani working off the corner. Here comes Bennett in at number 33. Just make contact down the front stretch, and that will get the 33 and the 41. Josh Cole up the racetrack. And I believe he got into the 90 of Zeems. Let's watch it back one more time. Let's go on board with the 24 of Josh Cole. Yeah, you see the contact there. Up and on the side, and around he will go. Ken Zeems also involved with that one. Let's watch it see what happened to Ken Zeems' automobile. Watch it one more time. See the 24 up the racetrack, and then Zeems up into the outside of a retaining wall. Hard left-hand damage on that number 24. So we come back live. It'll be Ryan Kuhn up on the front of this one still, as he's led since lap 73. Ryan Joyner runs in spot number 2 in that number 15 automobile. Good looking race car with a KW Locksmiths on the hood of that Ford Mustang. Joyner was involved in one of the first yellow flags there. The car spinning down across his nose. That's where the right front damage came into play on that number 15. It does not have seemed to hurt his performance though, as he runs in that number 2 spot. Mark Keatman came down pit road in this Bagel Beyond number 52. Remember, this is a throwback to the car that his father ran in the Big Ten Super Series. Nice looking automobile right there. That number 52 runs in the 3rd spot. Jared Jackson runs 4th in car number 12. Jackson doing a good job out there. A little bit of left front damage on that Toyota. He runs 4th, rounding out the top 5 was your early race leader and pole sitter here tonight, Caden Tufts. Tufts runs there in spot number 5. Josh Cole will stay on the racetrack. He'll roll in that 6th spot. 7th spot is Colin Murphy in that number 9. The Budget Truck and Auto Gas Monkey Garage number 9. Brad Carpenter runs in the 8th spot. Carpenter came in tonight's points 10th in the standings. Looking to have a good night here. Matt Zaccardo runs 9th in that number 60 automobile. Thomas Bennett just involved in that last incident. He runs 10th. Jeremy Little is 11th. Ken Zeems down on pit road with Mario Ercolani, Hayden Cobb, Grant Thomas, and Carter Russo still down on pit road. That is your running order. Green flag getting ready to come back out this time. Off turn number 4, the pace car. Down and away into the hands of the 72 of Kuhn. Joyner ready to go that time. Kuhn unable to clear him into turn number 1. He'll drive it in deep on the outside, gets by the 15 of Joyner. Joyner really ready on these restarts. Really making the 72 of Kuhn earn his money on these restarts. Top 5 cars, breakaway single file. Colin Murphy back there in the 6th spot. Brad Carpenter battles underneath the 24 of Cole. You got to wonder how much damage is on the 24 of Cole and how that car is going to handle here as they work lap number 95. Thomas Bennett all the way back into the 8th spot already. Matt Zaccardo working underneath the 24 of Cole. You got to believe Cole's car is wounded out there. That was a hard lick to the left front and to the right side when him and the number 90 of Zeems made contact. Jeremy Little soldiers on there in that number 55, the Rayco E-Performance RS button box entry. Little doing a great job. He competed this past Thursday night in the Roger Muth benefit race. If you have not watched that, you should go there and check that out. Multiple leagues get involved. Like just here with the Big Ten Super Series also being a part of that race. We want to thank them for that, raising great money for our good friend Roger, who was involved in an incident earlier this spring. For more information, you can head on over to our Facebook page and check that out. I believe you can still make a donation if you would like to. But up front, Ryan Kuhn, he is trying to check out, but Joyner keeping a good pace with him. About 2 car lengths off the back bumper is the number 15. And Mark Keatman starting to make his way back towards the front. Keatman quietly runs there in that third spot. And here comes Caden Tufts. Tufts very quick here tonight. Set fast time earlier on this evening. Led until he had to come down pit road. You got to wonder if they do not have enough fuel, if it stays green from here to the end, could Ryan Kuhn be in trouble? Kuhn undefeated in competition. He has won every single feature so far, trying to make it 7 in a row. Caden Tufts runs there in that 4th spot as he works in the turns 1 and 2, and they'll come down the backstretch. Last time by the fastest car on the racetrack was your race leader with a 15.31 Keatman. They'll rate in the same ballpark now. Everybody's starting to slow down. Ryan Kuhn showing the way up on the front of this one through turns 3 and 4. He'll work down the front stretch here. Kuhn doing a great job up on the front of this one. 0.6 of a second back to Joyner running there in spot number 2. Keatman runs in that 3rd spot. Then it is Caden Tufts. Tufts trying to make his way back to the podium here tonight. Is this one starting the hourglass, starting to wear down. Good battle back here though. Jackson in the 5th spot. He's got the number 9 of Murphy working the outside. And here comes the 31, the wily old veteran of Brad Carpenter. He's got Thomas Bennett to his outside. Bennett working the outside of the racetrack, trying to make it. He'll think about splitting the needle down the middle of that one, and he will do so now. Bennett will move to the 8th spot, now attacking the 9 of Murphy for spot number 7. Murphy doing a good job rolling the outside of the racetrack, keeping these drivers at bay as they battle it out. That's allowing the number 90 of Zaccardo to go on board the Carmen Day Salon and Day spot. Number 90. Watching that battle up there in front of them. Everybody doing a good job here, working off around the racetrack. Jeremy Little runs in the 10th spot. Josh Cole still out there. A little bit wounded though after that last wreck. He runs in that 11th spot. Ken Zeems has also taken the 90 behind the wall along with the 41 of Ercolani. The damage too much to continue here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Hayden Cobb and also Grant Thomas also going behind the wall. Carter Russo on pit road, but has not come back out after his spin on lap number 1. Ryan Kuhn showing the way as they work off the corner to side-by-side battle. Back here, Keatman and Tufts. Oh, a little bit sideways was Tufts. Caden Tufts trying to make a move to the inside of Keatman. They couldn't make a move that time as he tries to pull off the right side. Hoosiers. 52 of Keatman working the outside of the racetrack. Oh, that was very close there once again. Tufts works the bottom of the racetrack as we go on board looking with a Johnson onboard camera. Side-by-side battle here for the spot number 3. Caden Tufts trying to take it away from the 52 of Keatman. They might have made slight contact entering this corner. Off a turn before Tufts has it. Now Keatman's going to go back on the attack. Keatman down low. Couldn't do anything with them until they come off turn number 2. Now Tufts starting to stretch his advantage over the 52 of Keatman as they work down the back stretch. Everybody doing a good job. 1.5 seconds out in front is Ryan Coons. We watched that battle. Back here is Brad Carpenter now. Losing touch with Bennett. Bennett, though, starting to close in on the back side of the 12 of Jackson. Jared Jackson, Double J, doing a good job here inside the top 5. Would like to finish there here tonight. Can he make it stick up off the corner? He can. Thomas Bennett not able to make a move yet. Yellow flag coming out. I believe the 60 of Matt Zaccardo has gone around here on the backstretch. Zaccardo was inside the top 10. Yellow flag number 7 here tonight, closing in on the 25 laps to go mark. Let's see what brought out the yellow with Zaccardo. Working down the backstretch, you see him going into turns 3 and 4 and off the corner. Just got loose, couldn't correct it, caught the inside wall, and he will come to a stop with his full one trucking. Car number 60. Zaccardo going to come down pit road. Here comes the number 9 as well. Caden Tufts coming back down pit road. This is an interesting call. Ryan Coons staying out onto the racetrack. Tufts going to give up the 3rd spot to come down pit road. Let's see what the call is. Hits his pit stall here on the front stretch. Right side is going up, so they do have tires in the pits, so it'll be Caden Tufts coming in here with 25 laps to go when we get the green flag. 4 tire stop for Tufts as Ryan Kuhn sits out there on the front one. Could tires come into play here? Will tires make a difference? Only time will tell. Cole is down on pit road as well. Josh Cole outstayed on the lead lap there. Came down pit road, got some of that damage fixed on that number 24. Tufts going to restart 8th with those 4 fresh tires. Jeremy Little coming down pit road now. Little going to give up the 7th spot to come down pit road. So that'll move everybody up 1 spot here. Caden Tufts saved the tires for later. Ryan Kuhn up on the front of this one. And it's Ryan Joyner that runs in spot number 2. 3rd spot, Mark Keatman in car 52. Then it is the number 12 of Jared Jackson. Thomas Bennett rounds out your top 5. When they get the green flag, it'll be 25 laps to go here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Green flag is back out. We're back underway here. Field goes into turn number 1. It'll be the 72 of Coon still showing the way Everybody doing a good job so far. Let's check a look back here on Caden Tuss with those four fresh tires all the way back to the 6th spot. Trying to make it work around to number 33. Can he do it off of turn number 4? He's got the run on Bennett. Bennett gets a little bit sideways. Tuss has to roll out of the throttle. Bennett up the racetrack. Tuss tries to cut it down though. Can't make it behind Bennett just yet. 22 to go at the line. Tuss with the momentum now on the inside. He'll get the move underneath the 33 of Bennett. He'll take that spot away. So now move Tufts up to 5th. Side-by-side battle for 3rd. Jared Jackson works underneath the 52 of Keatman. Keatman really pinches it off close to the door panel. Off turn number 4. Jackson down low. Here comes Tufts. 3-car battle for 3rd. Tuff's going to go to the extreme high side of the racetrack. Tries to cut it down low off the corner. He'll have position on the 12 of Jackson. Jackson will run the second group. It'll be now Keatman under attack from the 88 of Tufts. Tufts a little bit sideways that time down the back stretch. Caden Tufts up to 3rd, 2 seconds behind your race leader. Last time by was a 15.14 to the race leader's 15.28. Last time by, you can see how much faster, 0.3 of a second quicker a lap the fresh tires are. Will Caden Tufts have enough time to get back there to challenge for the victory? Ryan Joyner runs there in spot number 2. He's doing a good job holding on to that number 2 spot for the time being. 16 laps to go. The gap down to 1.2 behind. But will Caden Tufts be able to get by Joyner in enough time to chase down Ryan Kuhn? "15-second laps around the Bristol Motor Speedway. It'll happen in a hurry as these laps will click off a little bit deeper. Mark Keatman doing battle with Double J, Jared Jackson. Jackson back to the 5th spot. Keatman trying to hold on to the 4th spot. Here comes the 33 of Bennett. Bennett in the outside wall. He keeps it pointing the right direction, but Keatman's going to go for the slide. Keatman up the racetrack. Brad Carpenter and Jeremy Little will get involved. Yellow flag coming out as the number 52 of Keatman makes heavy contact here on the backstretch to bring out our 8th yellow flag with 13 laps to go. Down in the corner, you see just slight contact with the 12 of Jackson. Keatman had it corrected up the racetrack. Carpenter nowhere to go. Little, once again, just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. The 55, they are all pull away as Keatman is down on pit road now trying to get that number 52 fixed up. But a tough break for a driver that ran inside the top 5 all night long. Tough break for that number 52 of Mark Keatman. Remember, that paint scheme is in honor of his father's old Super Late model that ran in the Big Ten Super Series. And the night will not end with how we would like to. But now, it'll set up the battle. Ryan Kuhn, undefeated this season, trying to make it 7th win in a row. He is on old tires. He last pitted on lap number 3. Caden Tufts came down on lap 122 underneath the last yellow flag. Has made his way back to 2nd, but will the heat cycle even these 2 cars out with the fresher tires be better? Will Caden Tufts finally break the streak from Ryan Kuhn? It is going to be a... Sorry for the disruption right there. Not quite sure what happened, but who out there thinks the 72 of Ryan Kuhn can hold on for his 7th straight victory of the season? Who out there also thinks that the number 88 Caden Tufts can strike through to pick up the first win of the season for his team? Well, we are about to find out. Todd is in the 88 camp. We are about to see what's going to happen. The lights are out around the speedway. They enter turn number 3. We're going to go back green flag racing this time. Off turn 4, it'll be an 8-lap shootout for the win. Green flag is up. Tufts was not ready to go. He'll lose some ground. Joyner all over the back bumper of Tufts down to the turn number 1. Caden Tufts and Joyner nose to tail. About 5 car lengths behind the number 72 of Ryan Kuhn. 7 to go at the stripe is the battle now is for second. Caden Tufts will up the racetrack. Here comes Ryan Joyner. Joyner going to work the inside. This is what Ryan Kuhn wanted to see in his rear view mirror as these racers are going to go all the way down to the wire. Next time by, it'll be the high five from Flagman Barney. It'll be 5 laps to go. Off the corner, it'll be 5 to go for Kuhn as they still battle it out for your number 2 spot. Kuhn loving this in the rear view mirror, would not want to see another yellow flag come out. Ryan Kuhn showing the way as they work off the corner. Side by side still for that number 2 spot is now Caden Tufts will clear the number 15 of Joyner and trying to chase him down. 4 laps to go. Joyner not giving up yet. He'll work to the inside of the 88 of Tufts as Tufts trying to clear him to get back into contention for the race win. Up the racetrack, Tufts will go. This is a great battle for spot number 2. As next time by, it'll be the white 2 laps to go sign. 2 to go for Ryan Kuhn. 1.18 seconds in front of this battle for second. Joyner to the inside. Tufts now going to pull away by half a car length down the backstretch. A little too late for the number 88 of Tufts. Ryan Kuhn will get the white flag. Final trip around the speedway. Kuhn rolls the bottom through turns 1 and 2 off the corner number 2. Down the backstretch for the final time. In the turn number 4, it'll be Ryan Kuhn picking up the win. The battle for second. Side by side, they make contact. Both of them in the inside wall. That's going to give Jackson the number 2 spot. Murphy's going to come home 3rd. Oh my. Ryan Kuhn picking up the win, his 7th straight of the year. Jared Jackson going to come home in that number 2 spot. Colin Murphy 3rd. I don't even know what to say. Let's take a look back here at this last lap. Watch that battle between Tufts and Joyner. Down the front stretch they go. The one lap with the white flag came out. This was the battle for the runner-up position. Joyner on the outside, Tufts. Oh, they make contact. They're leaning on each other through the corner, sideways, and they're still hooked together. And they both end up into the sand barrels on the entrance of pit road. Tough break for both those drivers here tonight as Ryan Kuhn picks up the win as he does the Polish victory lap in honor of Alan Kowicki here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. We will be right back with the post-race show here for the Big Ten Super Series.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, where you just watched the Big Ten Super Series here for the Volunteer 150 at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and we are catching up with tonight's feature event winner for the 7th time this season. The 72 of Ryan Kuhn will go to victory lane, and Ryan, I don't care how big that number gets, it probably never gets old.
Oh, it's always good to win, I wish I could do the same in real life.
Talk about this race here tonight. We saw you have to take evasive action there on the opening lap. You got a little bit of that left front damage. Had to come down pit road. How bad was the car hurt before the crew was able to work on it?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I thought I got it pretty good. I could see it crinkled, but I only had about 10 seconds of damage, which I really felt like it did not hurt me at all. So I was lucky to get it repaired and put fuel in it, and we made it to the end.
This race was a grueling one. There's a few yellow flags out there. We saw you really rolling the bottom. You didn't really venture off of it. Is that where the car felt best for you tonight?
I've always been a bottom feeder at this place in particular. I don't know why. I've been doing it since I've been running cup cars around here, but bottom's always been my place to be. I know a lot of guys like the top for momentum, but I think the bottom helps the tires a little better, and that's why I ran it tonight. But I think I could have ran the top if I really wanted to. I don't know if I'd have been any faster, but I think the bottom was the place to be.
When that yellow flag came out with just over 10 laps to go, you knew Caden Tuss was coming pretty quick on those fresh tires. Were you nervous on that last restart that maybe this was going to be the race that someone was going to beat you to the victory lane?
Actually more nervous of that thing staying green. I think if we stayed green, he would have got me. But I was actually relieved that yellow came out, and I think that yellow won me the race, honestly. The way these tires work, it seems like the newer, fresher tires are not as good as old cold tires. So I think that's where I shine there at the end.
Well, man, you're going to come out of here with your 7th win of the season. We got next week off to celebrate the 4th of July. But then we're going to go to North Wilkesboro for Throwback Night. Are we going to see a throwback scheme on this 72?
I'm hoping I can make that race. Actually, right now I have a scheduled Pearl Star Series race in real life, and I could possibly venture off to my buddy's house who lives right down the street from Oxford, and maybe race it on his computer after we race at Oxford Plains in real life. So you could see me there. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to get a throwback scheme or not, but hopefully I can run it on my buddy's computer and go home afterwards.
Well, if not, man, good luck in the All-Star Series up there, and we've been following that. You're having an okay season this year. Probably not up to what you would like to be, but hey, you're doing a good job out there, and as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm having fun. A bunch of second-place finishes this year, and hopefully can put it in victory lane. The speed's there. We just gotta finish it off and have the luck on our side. Just the luck has not been with us at all in the real world racing, but I feel like we've had the speed. I think we should have at least 4 wins this year, but unfortunate circumstances got us there.
That's part of it, man. It's well, I hope to see you. hopefully see you maybe at the Thunder Road. I think I'm going to venture up there later this summer.
Governor's Cup. Couple weeks, we'll be there.
Sounds good. Before I let you go, though, Ryan, who makes it all possible for you?
I'd like to thank Brenner's Liquors for sponsoring our RKM Setup Shop team, and RKM Setup Shop, of course. RS Center, Studio 10 Wraps, Devin for making me this scheme last minute a couple weeks ago. Everett's Auto Parts, Modern Auto Body, Coastal Heritage Bank, Bill's Tire Barn, Quickie Driver Development Program, everyone who's helped me in the real world and the iRacing world. I appreciate it.
Well, congratulations, Ryan. We'll see you hopefully in 2 weeks. If not, we know that maybe you're in tech or something at Oxford.
Thank you.
That's Ryan Kuhn picking up his 7th straight win here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Sliding down a little bit on the standings here, we'll check in with our Sky that finished in the 2nd position. That is the driver of the number 12 of Jared Jackson. And Jared, man, you had an up and down race. The racing that you were involved in was very just all over the place and very hairy out there. How intense was the racing out there for you tonight?
It was very intense. This is one of my better tracks on iRacing. If I had an opportunity to outrun Ryan, it was probably going to happen tonight. Got in a few incidents out there, nothing intentional, and got a couple EOL penalties that I had to come back from, and then I kind of lucked into finishing 2nd when Ryan and Caden got together in the last corner.
Yeah, talk us through that last lap there when you came around and saw those two together. Oh, what was going through your mind there? Because they could have easily hooked up and got up in the racing surface. What was going through your mind when you came off of turn number 4 and saw that those two were together?
I kind of saw them running real tight the last couple laps, and I honestly just had a feeling that they were going to wreck each other. I didn't know that they were going to do it quite like that, but the only option I had was to stay high, and they went low right into the pit wall, and it was an easy finish coming to the line. So, like I said, I kind of lucked into that. I probably should have been about a 4th place car tonight.
Hey, it's always better to be lucky than good, I always said.
That's right.
Man, well, it was a great race out there, though. Just talk about how much this track changed and the damage that we did see on your race car. Did it affect the handling of your car to where maybe you couldn't get up there and challenge with Ryan just due to the track position or the damage on the car?
I nicked the wall in qualifying, so it killed my fast lap, so it kind of put me behind the 8 ball. And then the 21 car that sat on the outside pole, he had an issue at the start of the race that gave me some damage right out of the bat. And there's a couple other issues. I don't think anything major, but I do think that to beat Ryan, everything needs to be 100%, and it definitely wasn't. So I just did the best with what I had, and I'm just fortunate to be able to race. This is the first race I've ran in probably about a month and a half. I've been having some issues with my steering wheel, and I finally got that fixed, and was glad to be out there.
Well, man, you did a great job out there tonight, and coming home with a runner-up spot, and then we're gonna have next week off. But then we head to the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Will we see you at North Wilkesboro?
Yes, sir. I'll be there. It's actually my birthday as well.
Well, I won't sing happy birthday, but maybe we'll get Roger to sing you happy birthday.
All right.
Before I let you go, though, who makes it all possible for you to be racing here tonight, Jared?
I'd like to thank P&P Speed Shop, Premier Racing Chassis, Hub Breaker Preps, and I'd also like to thank my iRacing team, On Edge Racing, for all their support.
Well, congratulations on your runner-up spot. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time, and where you get another year younger, and you get to come out here and race and have some fun at North Wilkesboro.
Thank you.
That's Jared Jackson running up into your number 2 spot, and the man that he was challenging and racing hard with is the driver of that number 9 that you see on screen, and that is Colin Murphy. And Colin, you're going to come home in this spot number 3 here tonight. but we saw you up inside the top 5 all night long. Talk us through your race.
It's going good. My car was a little loose because of the damage on the car when Carter Russo got in the wall before the beginning of the race, and it messed up my right side, and it wasn't handling good after that. It just didn't want to stay straight. It snap out of the corner every time, and thought sometimes I was going to go in the inside wall because of how loose it got, but I managed to hang on to it.
Well, you did a good job there with that car being wounded. I was going to ask you about that opening lap wreck there. We saw you got into the outside wall when Russo got loose there, and if it affected your car. Obviously it did, but how did you manage to come home with a top 3 finish here despite that damage? I mean, you drove a great race, and from my vantage point, it didn't look like it was very hard to drive at all. From you look a little worn out here drinking your water, standing by the car here tonight.
That sure was a warm one in there tonight, and yeah, that damage really, it could have looked easy from a vantage point, but inside the car it could be a whole nother thing.
Well, you did a great job there, and you're going to come home with that 3rd place finish here tonight, Colin. Who makes it all possible for you in this number 9 team?
Gas Money Sim Sports, all my teammates there, Gas Roots Projects, 316 Motorsports, Budget Truck and Auto, Pentagon Services, Chicks Utility Services, Evolution Inc. makes all my wraps.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. Have a great and safe 4th of July. We'll see you in 2 weeks at the North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Yep, thank you.
There's your 3rd place finisher here tonight, the number 9 of Colin Murphy. He'll round out your top 3 here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, or at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 2 weeks' time, we have the North Wilkesboro, and that'll be throwback night for the Big Ten Super Series. So I'm sure these drivers will have their cars looking all nice and spiffy, as they always do here for the Big Ten Super Series. But as always, that is going to do it for our post-race show here tonight for the Big Ten Super Series. Let's take a look at your unofficial results for the Volunteer 150 here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Ryan Kuhn's going to pick up the win for the 7th straight. He will be contested if he can make the show on July 11th at North Wilkesboro. Jared Jackson runs in that number 2 spot. Colin Murphy 3rd. Brad Carpenter, Jeremy Little rounding out your top 5. Matt Zaccardo will rebound to finish in the 6th spot. Caden Tufts with a heartbreaker with Ryan Joyner 7th and 8th respectfully. Josh Cole manages a 9th place finish with his damaged automobile. All the rest of the drivers out of the race early: Thomas Bennett, Mark Keatman, Mario Ercolani, Ken Zeems, Hayden Cobb, Grant Thomas, and Carter Russo rounding out your 16-car field here tonight. Well, that will do a wrap on tonight's broadcast, but before we let you go, we want to thank everybody for watching the Big Ten Super Series and for their RS Button Boxes for sponsoring this series this season, along with Karma Salon and Day Spa, Johnson Chassis Incorporated, and RycoEPerformance.com, with you from pit road to victory lane. As always, we want to thank everybody for tuning on in here tonight to the Bristol Motor Speedway, where Ryan Kuhn picked up the win for the 7th time this season. Until next week, keep it wheels down, and we will see you at the races.